All right, guys, UFC 328 is around the corner on Saturday. I'm going to give you every single fight from the early prelims all the way up to the main card. I'm going to predict every single fight for you guys. You want to watch this. You don't want to just skip this video after the first 10 seconds. Trust me. I grade things on different scales, right? I put them the striking, the pressure, the wrestling, the grappling, the endurance, and the durability. And that's how I hone in these fighters on like, okay, well, this guy's an advantage somewhere else with the pressure and the wrestling. That's a big advantage, especially because so-and-so is a bad wrestler and he succumbs to pressure. It's a bad nail. So, okay. So that's how I grade fighters. Okay. As we see here, we have Jose Ochoa. I like his striking and I like his pressure, right? He lost his fight versus Asu Amobayev. He also lost a short notice fight to Loner Kavanaugh, but he's had a good win in the UFC. He's a very good fighter. He's a talented fighter. Clayton Carpenter got submitted by Tagira Ulanbekov. I'm not really impressed with Clayton Carpenter. His arms are very short. He's not long for the division. I'm going to take Jose Ochoa with the striking, the pressure. I think he'll be able to outlast Clayton Carpenter, even though Clayton Carpenter has a good grappling advantage. Okay. Next, Bysinger Susurkaev versus Jordan Santos. Susurkaev should just murk him. I mean, he's like a minus 800 favorite. He should just murk him. I mean, this fight shouldn't even be close. I shouldn't have even done this graphic for you guys, right? Or for myself. Jordan Santos has good pressure, but he swings wildly. He's not technical at all. He's not a good fighter. Susurkaev has good wrestling, good grappling. His durability, I mean, he did get rocked by that 170er who took it on short notice. But he's decent. He's a decent fighter. I like what I see from him. He has a nice push kick. We saw him TKO somebody with that push kick. Also just beat Eric McConaughey, who looked very good in his last fight versus Rodolfo Vieira. So that win aged pretty well. I'm going to take Susurkaev to beat Jordan Santos. No, nothing not weird, right? Pat Sabatini versus William Gomis. William Gomis, a Frenchman, man. This guy backs up the entire flipping fight. Do you want somebody that backs up the whole fight? Especially against a pressure wrestler like Pat Sabatini. I know the durability is a question with Pat Sabatini, especially in the first round, right? We've seen him get hurt by Damon Jackson and KO. We've seen him get hurt by Diego Lopez. That first minute or first 2 minutes is very skeptical for a guy like Pat Sabatini. But Pat Sabatini, after that, is like Habib level grappling. This guy, if he's on top of you, you're not getting out. We saw Chepe Mariscal could not get out of it, right? We've seen it with Joe Anderson Brito. They cannot get up from Pat Sabatini. He's that good with the trips, with the chain wrestling, with the BJJ. He's that good at grappling. I'm going to take Pat Sabatini to beat William Gomis via decision, 30-27, maybe 29-28. But Pat Sabatini really doesn't get tired either. I'll take Pat Sabatini to win that fight. Next is Roman Kopylov versus Marco Tulio. I don't understand the hype about Marco Tulio. He's the favorite in this matchup. He has decent grappling, right? But his wrestling kind of sucks. He really doesn't take anybody down, but he has good grappling. He has good pressure. He always goes forward. We saw it versus Christian Leroy Duncan. Even though Leroy Duncan was tagging him on the feet, Marco Tulio just kept pushing forward. I think Roman Kopylov is gonna smoke him. I think his anti-wrestling is good enough, right? And I think that his body kick is absolutely filthy. That will be a big problem for Marco Tulio. And then his striking is obviously, we know how good Roman Kopylov is at striking. Marco Tulio also just got KO'd by Christian Leroy Duncan face down. I'm not picking a guy that was just face down in his last matchup. I'll take Roman Kopylov to beat Marco Tulio. Next, Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon. If you're picking Jim Miller to win a fight in 2026, you are out of your mind, right? Jim Miller is old as dust, okay? You see that freaking particles come off of Jim Miller's skin. That's how old he is. Jared Gordon, tattooed hairline, former cokehead, former crack addict, homeless. We know the whole story about Jared Gordon, right? He always brings it up every single fight card. John Anik, Jared Gordon was homeless. Yes, bro, we know. We understand. Jared Gordon, better striker. The grappling and wrestling isn't that far off, but Jim Miller is so unathletic now. He's just not, he's old. You can't take somebody like that. Jared Gordon should KO him or even win a decision. Jim Miller this is not 2012 or 2014 anymore. He's old now. It's over for his career. I'll take Jared Gordon, who's a better fighter, especially right now. Next, Grant Dawson versus Matus Rebecki. So this is an interesting fight because Grant Dawson and Pat Sabatini are like the damn near the same fighter, right? But Matus Rebecki, he goes forward a lot. He rarely takes a back step. And that's why I like him in this matchup. You could say the same thing like William Gomis. He has a striking advantage over Pat Sabatini. We know that, right? Pat Sabatini's chinny. We know that. But Matus Rebecki, I didn't pick William Gomis, but I'll pick Rebecki because he goes forward with the striking, right? And he has good grappling too. He's like a former judo guy. He has good grappling as well. Grant Dawson, obviously elite grappling. When he has a hold of you, it's hard for him to not take you down. He's just that good at takedown offense and grappling, getting the back. He's that good. Staying in half guard. His BJJ is phenomenal. But Rebecki in the first round, can he land a big punch over Grant Dawson, right? Just come out quick on him. Boom, boom, 1-2 down the middle. Gain some respect quickly. Make Grant Dawson panic shoot, and then try to stuff it. Maybe can Rebecki do that? I believe so. I think he's going to knock out Grant Dawson. I think Grant Dawson, even though he has all the technical abilities of being a good fighter, in his chin is not his chin is not meant for fighting. His mind, he's a good fighter. I mean, his chin is not meant for fighting. That's just what it is. You can't be getting knocked out by Bobby Green, man, in the first 20 seconds of a fight. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. I like Grant Dawson too. Right? I picked him over Damir Ismagulov at one point. I like Grant Dawson, but again, I'll take Rebecki with the power, with the thud, and good enough anti-grappling, I think, to stop the first two takedowns from Grant Dawson. Next, Joel Alvarez and Yaroslav Amosov. Amosov all day, night long, afternoon, every single day of the year. Take Yaroslav Amosov. This is a joke price. This is an actual joke price. Remember when Arman Tsarukyan was like only minus 180 against Joel Alvarez? And everybody was like, Joel Alvarez, he has a chance. He's like 19 finishes, 19 fights. He's good. He can finish with a guillotine. Like, can he take him down? Joel Alvarez is a guillotine-happy guy, right? His grappling is good. He has good submission skills. I mean, he has over like double-digit submissions in MMA. But he's too trigger-happy. If you get your arms, if you put your arms around him on a double leg around his butt, and it's over. Like, he's gonna go for that guillotine. He's gonna try to get a squeeze. Daniel Cormier goes, it's tight, it's tight, it's tight. It's not. He's in side control. It's not tight, guys. Right? He's being side control. He's gonna do the Von Flue. Make sure to relieve pressure from the guillotine. Joel Alvarez has to let it go and then win the round because Amosov's that good at grappling, and Joel Alvarez's wrestling get-ups are awful or trash. He just sits there, parks the bus on bottom game. He tries to play guard. It's not going to work with a great grappler like Amosov. I'm going to take Amosov too. I think his striking technically too is better. He might be a little bit slower than Joel Alvarez, who's coming up from 155 to 170. But I think Amosov is the better fighter. I think Joel Alvarez, he couldn't knock out Vicente Luque, man. I mean, I'm like the one time he doesn't hurt somebody, finish somebody with a submission, or hurt somebody is Vicente Luque, who I saw quit to strikes versus Joaquin Buckley, man. Okay. So I'll take Amosov over Joel Alvarez. 30-27 decision, 29-28. I think he's just a better fighter. I'll take Amosov. Next, Atiba Gautier versus Ozzy Diaz. I mean, this is decapitation. Absolute decapitation. The UFC, they want Gautier hype to go skyrocket to like Ngannou levels of what we believed with him. Because, I mean, they gave him Andre Pulayev, who's like a decent striker, and that seemed to be too much for Gautier, where it was like, hey, it's a close fight. Like, Gautier like won 29-28 or 30-27, but it was like 60-40 rounds, not 90-10, right? It was like 60-40, 55-45. They were close rounds. And Atiba Gautier, his striking, his pressure is too good. Ozzy Diaz, I mean, this guy's he ain't good, man. This is not UFC level. I mean, UFC level, I'm thinking of like premier athletes, right? You have to think about like the NBA. Okay, this is how new the UFC is in this game. The NBA, like the worst player in the NBA, average like 20 points in high school, like 15 points in college, right? They're like, that's like what it is. Like, are you kidding me right now? Do you think who wins in a fight? Jake Paul or Ozzy Diaz? Exactly. That's how I'm thinking. So I'm gonna take Atiba Gautier to win. I'll take him to beat Ozzy Diaz pretty comfortably, probably first round KO. Next, King Green, Bobby Green versus Jeremy Stephens. Who are you gonna take? I'm going to take King Green to win this. The better striker. Even though Jeremy Stephens goes forward a lot, he's going to get pinged to death. He doesn't throw a lot of combinations. You don't see a lot of 2, 3, 4 punch combinations, which is the way you beat a guy like Bobby Green, right? He can't slip his head off the line every single time to avoid shots. And Jeremy Stephens, he's a 2-punch merchant, 3-punch merchant if we're lucky. And Bobby Green's going to whoop, slip, whoop, slip, whoop, slip. and then landed 1-2 down the middle. Jeremy Stephens is a sitting duck. I'll take Bobby Green to win this fight. He's going to style and profile on Jeremy Stephens, especially if he ends up taking Jeremy Stephens down. I think he has a grappling advantage also. But Jeremy Stephens left the UFC for a long time, like 3 years, came back, had a close fight with Mason Jones, but he lost. But Bobby Green, he's been training MMA for forever. Like, how I can't take a guy that just stopped training jiu-jitsu and grappling and is a worse striker than Bobby Green. I can't do that. So I'm going to take Bobby Green to beat Jeremy Stephens. I think he's going to beat him via decision. Jeremy Stephens is tough. I don't know if he can finish him, but I think he can ping him to death, basically. Ping as in jab, cross, jab, cross. He's boom, 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 like a pinball machine, right? Next, Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. Give me Joaquin Buckley all day long over Sean Brady. You want to know why? Sean Brady took the bad way to be a contender in the welterweight. What's the bad way? He beat Michael Chiesa, okay? Michael Chiesa, right? That's how he got ranked. And then he beat Gilbert Burns. We see how Gilbert Burns is doing, right? He's on like a 5-5, 6-fight losing streak right now. We saw that, okay? He lost to Bilal Muhammad, okay? Losing to Bilal Muhammad isn't great looking now in hindsight, okay? And then he just lost to Michael Morales, who again, even though people like Michael Morales, oh, he's cool, he might be gay, but he's not gay. Like people like Michael Morales, right? They like him. But is he good? Do we know for sure he's good, Michael Morales? I don't think so. Joaquin Buckley, he beat Stephen Thompson. You can say Stephen Thompson's old. Stephen Thompson in a striking matchup, right? He didn't do what Gilbert Burns did or what Bilal Muhammad did to Stephen Thompson, where they held him down. He beat him in striking. He probably was losing the rounds, but when it mattered, he got the knockout punch, finished Stephen Thompson, who's one of the best strikers in MMA history. Okay. Then he fights Kamaru Usman. And Kamaru Usman rightfully maybe could be champion still, right? He probably, is he better than JDM? Maybe not beating Islam, but is he better than JDM? I think Kamaru Usman's better than JDM. It's a bad matchup for JDM, right? I think that Leon Edwards second fight, he kind of was just in his own way. He didn't want to get knocked out. He was more timid. And then people just kind of wrote off Kamaru Usman. But Kamaru Usman is still that dude that he's like, hey, this guy's still a top 2, maybe the best welterweight in the world still. And Joaquin Buckley lost him pretty convincingly, right? 49-46 Usman. But he took a tougher road, and I kind of know what I have with Sean Brady. He's not better than Michael Morales. He's not better than Bilal Muhammad. Well, Joaquin Buckley is just not better than Kamaru Usman, who's probably number 1 or number 2, right? Where guys like Bilal, JDM, Leon Edwards are proven they're not even top 5 guys. So I'll take Joaquin Buckley over Sean Brady without a doubt, right? Next, Alex Volkov, probably via KO, Joaquin Buckley. Alex Volkov versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. I mean, just look at this chart, man. Look at this beautiful chart I made. Acosta's not better than them anywhere. Besides probably knockout power, what's he better than them? And Volkov fights very long too. He's out there. He's like plotty long. Right? He's like plotty long, right? Teep kick, calf kick, hard calf kick. He's been grappling. We saw that fight for Gelton Almeida. He's been grappling well. But Volkov, what does he do well is he backs people up. And what does Acosta have a problem with? He gets backed up to the fence, and people think he fights well off the fence, right? He knocked out Shamil Gaziev off the fence. Cool. Shamil Gaziev just lost to Perisic and was huffing and puffing after 2 minutes. I'll take Volkov over Waldo Cortez Acosta because backing up to the cage. That calf kick, right? Waldo Cortez Acosta sends that boxing stance. And you've seen it. Marcos Rogerio de Lima killed Costa, where's Waldo, with calf kicks. And Volkov has nasty calf kicks, keeps a range, never is in a firefight where it's like, all right, you land a punch, I land a punch at the same time in the pocket. He's more on the outside, landing the teep kick, landing the calf kick, throwing a long jab, right? He's not really in there to finish you. I'll take Volkov playing it smart, winning 30-27 or 29-28 versus where's Waldo. I'm pretty confident on it. Next, Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira, the co-main event. I'm taking Tatsuro Taira because I like Tatsuro Taira, right? But Mike Finch said, he made a great point. Tatsuro Taira is an Apex fighter, right? Besides the Brandon Moreno fight, he's fought everybody in the Apex. The crowd's going to go. He's a young kid. How hard is he going to go in front of the crowd? And that's a problem. Joshua Van's been there, right? Brandon Royval fight. He's been there, right? Charles Johnson fight where he lost. He's been in big moments, right? Ray Tatsura fight, he was in front of a crowd. He's been in big moments. And Pantoja fight in front of a crowd. I know that fight wasn't long, but he's been there. And I understand that. But as a mixed martial artist, as a love of the game, I have to take Tatsuro Taira, right? Ray Tatsura is Tatsuro Taira's teammate, and Joshua Van beat him pretty convincingly, 29-28. But I think that Joshua Van isn't hasn't faced a guy like Tatsuro Taira yet. Like Tatsuro Taira, even though he keeps his head on the center line, which is a problem, that's why Brandon Royval pinged him a lot in that 5-round fight. Taira, he has good, heavy striking, especially punches. Like his punches are heavy. You could feel Edgar Chairez was almost getting knocked down from him. Like he hits hard, and Joshua Van, even though he's a good striker, his head does stay in the center line. His head doesn't really move. He absorbs a lot of shots, kind of like young Max Holloway, where he absorbed a lot of shots, even though he was given a lot as well. Taira, if he takes the back, I mean, this guy's back take is nasty, nasty, nasty. One of the best in the game. I have to take Tatsuro Taira over Joshua Van. I think maybe submission, 4th round, 3rd round type of thing. If this fight goes later, though, I could see Tatsuro tiring. I think that Josh Van has the endurance definitely and the durability advantage. And Tatsuro Taira, even though he's good, if he's good and has good durability, we saw in the Brandon Royval fight. I just think that I trust Joshua Van, who's been punched more, right? It's more sparring, more boxing sparring. But Taira, I think he should be able to finish in the first 3 rounds. I'm really 50-50. I'm like maybe 55-45 Taira, but I could say 50-50. But let's go Taira sub. Next, last, Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. Khamzat Chimaev is going to smoke Sean Strickland. It's not going to be a close fight. Not going to be a close fight. Sean Strickland got taken down by Abus Magomedov. He got taken down by Abus Magomedov. Right? That's bad. That's really bad. And what happened on that takedown? He took him down, secured the front, the rear naked choke, right? Arm around the neck, almost under the chin. And then Abus Magomedov, bad BJJ skills, just toppled over him, let him go. Bad. But Sean Strickland, he got up anyways and won that fight. But again, if Abus Magomedov's doing that to you, what is Khamzat Chimaev going to do? He's gonna be out there, shoot right away, chase to the back, take him down, half Nelson, bring him down. This fight's gonna be over probably 1st or 2nd round. I think Sean Strickland really doesn't train jiu-jitsu as much as he should, right? People say, "Oh, he's good. His jiu-jitsu is good. That's what he was known for." That's what Mike Bisping said. I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck if he was known for him 10 years ago, right? When you trained with him, Mike Bisping. Sean Strickland has been training religiously BJJ or grappling as much as he should. Maybe he's training anti-grappling, but how about the get-ups? How about the chokes? Can he defend that? Can he defend the ground and pound? Can he defend something like that? I don't think so. And I think Khamzat Chimaev, he's going to put a performance on. 1st round, 2nd round finish. I mean, remember, he broke Rob Whittaker's face. He broke his face. You guys remember that? So I'm going to take Khamzat Chimaev to win via sub, maybe 1st or 2nd round. I think the fight will be over. I think he's just much better than Sean Strickland. And yeah, that's basically it. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. That'll help me a lot. I'm trying to get to 400 subscribers by the end of the month. I have 370. Hopefully you guys get me there